Well, I've just arrived at PL. I did get the awning, managed to get it up by myself, so I've been here for probably about 45 minutes now. And here's a little shack here at PL. A little information about the area. You can see where the trailhead is. So PL, we are right here, and tomorrow we'll be going to about right here. But we have gone, once they arrive here, we will have gone, well, that's where we stayed last night. That's pretty much where we stayed the first night. And all the way from Raymond. There are some nice facilities here, although, I mean, it ain't much. There's a women's and a men's, but they're clean, and it's not bad. Plenty of areas you can see to camp up in this area, although it doesn't look like they've mowed for dandelions in a while. There's about 10 million of them out here. The trail heading up towards Chehalis is right up through that cut. Well, one thing I can say for this for sure, this end of the trail is fantastic. So PL to the west, they've done some really amazing work on this, and this looks great. The rocks are small. They're not getting in, you know, bruising up your feet. It's kind of comfortable to walk on. And I hear coming up here, the scary bridge that I was very concerned about is all brand new. We'll get to that in just a minute. Well, here's another one of these brand new bridges that they put in. This looks amazing. Here they're getting some grant funding to improve these bridges. This is a huge bonus and something that I was very concerned about. But it looks great. They did a really good job. Oh, I can smell the fresh wood, so this had to have been done real recently. And this is the one that's quite a ways down, that only had treads across it before. Now it's got solid concrete. And it's a pretty long one. You can see it's a ways down. You're talking probably 40 to 60 feet down. I'll show you some of the amazing sights off this bridge though. Okay, this is, I believe, the Chehalis River. It's really pretty shallow right now. Hard to imagine this being a raging torrent. But as you can tell, at the V cut, it definitely can be when there's a lot of water in it. Here's the other side. It's beautiful clear water. I definitely am thinking about I need to bring my drone out here and maybe fly underneath the bridge right up over the top. Beautiful area. Well, doggone it, I'm just in shock. And you're thinking to yourself, what? It's just a gate, you know, comes up, crosses and to another gate. Well, let me tell you what, this was not here before. There's barbed wire across here that you had to kind of slip barbed wire over a post and kind of move it out of the way, walk through. And this is, I just can't tell you how amazing this is. I am in awe about how nice this is now. I'm just speechless. I know it sounds weird, but you just didn't know what it was like here before. This is beautiful. All right, so this is what I was talking about. This is one of the gates. It's now grown over. Well, this is one of the gates that you'd have to go through to be able to continue to walk on the trail, because there was a fence across here. You can see they just took the fence and pulled it off to the side because it's not needed anymore. But that's why I was so excited about seeing that. And if you look a little bit further up there, you can see that there's another gate structure that links fields together. So that's why I'm so amazed that this is what it used to be, this junk, and quite frankly, you didn't really know if you got it closed or what. It was just a rotten old piece of plywood. It was good to go now. I stopped to observe this because I see signs of beaver activity. And this is pretty big. Pretty big that he chewed on that until it finally broke away, but it didn't look like it fell the way he wanted it to. Chewed off those and fell them down towards the water. I saw a little bit earlier there was a big ripple down there, and I'm not sure if it was a fish that flicked its tail or what. But boy, this sure is some beautiful country. This is an amazing thing here. Looks like there's not really sure what this is. I guess it's probably beaver stripping the bark up the tree. Sort of looks a little bit like scratch marks from claws, but I think that's just beaver stripping the tree for the bark. This is one of the areas that I most like, the white bark. And of course the moss, heavy moss on all these gigantic trees. Just imagine in the day when this thing had a rail line on it, and just imagine the views that you saw every day going through these very beautiful areas. Just chugging along. You get a full canopy over you. It really is amazing. This is to hear that water, it's just unbelievable. And here is, of course, what I was looking for, my most precious view of the day. Both my sons walking side by side. First hikers in the group, stepping it out. These boys have really grown to be fantastic young men. Very proud of them. So after everybody leaves for the day, the Sherpas go around and pick up any trash left behind and make sure that we leave the place in better condition, or at least as good a condition as we found it. The rest of the guys are already far down that trail, hopefully. So being a Sherpa for the event, it's not as fun or as cool as being on the event, but it's not about us, it's about the youth and what they're getting out of it. So I think that's why many scouters do what they do. It's not really about themselves, it's about the feeling that they get from helping the youth and helping them to grow. At least that's what it's always been for me.